Hello everybody, welcome back to Newegg TV. I'm Steve, and today joining us in the studio I have Colin Brix from Gigabyte.
Hi Steve and everyone, nice to be here.
Well, thank you very much for coming on. I know your last name is Brix, and we actually have to talk to you guys today about the Gigabyte Brix, the whole line of Brix actually. You guys have several. Is there any relationship to your name and these products once and for all?
I guess the only relationship was, it was kind of an internal joke. One of our guys from our server team, the product group that actually builds these, it's always hard coming up with names for products. So we always come up with lists and give them to legal, and we kind of got frustrated because several of the names legal denied. So he's like, oh, let's just call it the Brix, kind of as a joke to me. And it was the only name that legal approved, so yes, it's become mine.
So you're actually telling me there is some truth to the fact that the name is related to you?
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that.
As a joke, that kind of misfired on me. But no, actually, you know, it's great. It's a really good product. I'm really excited about it. So I've given my name to my company. So.
Excellent. Well, to that end, I know we have one here in a box. Is that to let us unbox it and talk about it?
Yeah, so this guy's our new Haswell Brix. So this is sort of our second generation Brix devices. It comes with Intel's new Haswell CPU. We're doing a Core i7, i5, i3 for the US market. So basically, it's a small, mini, compact PC. It's a bare-bone PC, so it's got everything you need except the SODIMM memory as well as the mSATA drive.
Okay.
So you can customize those yourself, but everything else is included. So maybe let's take a look and see what's in the box.
Absolutely, and though it does come with wireless already included,
oh, yeah,
so you don't actually have to use a...
So it's got a wireless Bluetooth 4.0 module already included.
In this box. Gravity's not helping me here. Thank you. All right, let's take a look. So it looks like just the Brix module itself here, the Brix PC itself here at the very top. And obviously you'd have to provide your own operating system since the hard drive isn't even going to be there. So,
correct, correct.
I should say solid state drive, not hard drive. And it's got a mirrored black finish. Looks like maybe some kind of a chrome or mirrored highlights here. And of course Gigabyte's logo there at the top. This must be the power button, obviously.
Yep,
right?
Yep. And actually for the chassis, it's, if you notice on the side, the metallic on the side basically acts as a heatsink for the CPU. So that's how we were able to get a much lower profile than maybe the other devices on the market.
Well,
so
perfect.
This is about an inch in height.
And then the rest of the dimensions maybe like 4 inches by about maybe 5 inches.
Yeah,
I'm just going to take a guess here.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's somewhere. I'm just I'm just kind of throwing a shot in the dark there. So it looks like a USB 3.0 here on the front, 2 of them, as well as the headphones jack that acts as SPDIF as well. And then I'll flip that around to the other side to show you. Looks like 2 more for a total of 4 USB 3.0 ports. And then that's a Gigabit Ethernet port, I'm assuming?
Gigabit.
Excellent. And then it looks like a mini display port connector too, as well as HDMI. So could you then run 2 and have a total of 2 displays?
Yes, you can run them simultaneously. So
perfect. And then of course the AC adapter seems to plug in here. Now with some laptops, I know that, or not laptops, I shouldn't say that. There's other mini PC solutions that are out there that actually don't include everything you need for power. Does this include everything from the AC brick to the outlet?
Yep, yep. So we
perfect. I just want to mention one last thing too. You also have the Kensington lock, it looks like, and then just that should be it on that, except for maybe a little bit of ventilation. Let's move that out of the way. We actually have another one here too, if we can break that down and show them as well, right? It looks like the Brix warranty information here, and we have the PC Kit Quickstart guide. Kind of open this up.
Yeah, how to install your memory and mSATA drive and do the VESA mount as well.
Oh, that's right. This has a VESA mount, and I completely forgot about that. Forgot to show you guys the bottom here. And then what's this this little hook here for?
Yep, so that's for the mount.
Okay, that's part of the mounting system. Okay, perfect. And then it looks like little rubberized feet. These 4 screws we mentioned earlier, you can actually remove those and then get access to the system to install everything.
Yep.
So that being said, I can actually talk to you about the actual installation process, which is here, as well as it looks like the mSATA installation. Yes, it is. And it looks like for the wireless module, if it didn't already come with one, or actually you have to remove that probably to get access to it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Actually, no, that's on the bottom. The MSATA is on the top. Well, either way, we're going to show them that in just a moment, right?
Yep.
Perfect. And we have some drivers here. Although, would you recommend that they go to the website to get the most recent?
Yeah, because normally, even in the system, it doesn't have a optical drive. So
yeah, that's actually a really good point.
so definitely, I recommend going to the website.
So this is really more for if you have another system somewhere else with an optical drive, or maybe an external optical drive.
Yeah,
that would be the only solutions. Okay.
I mean, most people these days just go to the website anyway. That's where you can get the latest drivers. So.
And this is actually the mount.
Yep.
So, and then that little hook kind of just slides into these two channels there, right?
Yep, correct.
So it just kind of attaches there. That's pretty cool. All right, get that out of the way. Get some more goodies out of here. What else we got inside this box?
So that VESA mount basically acts as its own, sort of like you can have your own all-in-one system. Just put it in the back of a monitor and hook it up and you're ready to go. Very small PC.
Yeah, basically no footprint at all on your desk, right? You just have to worry about your monitor having enough space behind it, which is no problem ever. So that must look pretty clean. Maybe we'll show that at the end of this. Here's the cable that we were mentioning before that normally doesn't come with other solutions out there. So obviously for the AC, and this one goes into the brick itself. And here's the AC adapter itself with, of course, the part that goes into the Brix system. And let's see, what else we got? And a couple of screws. This must be maybe for the base mount.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, what do we have next?
So yeah, so that's our new Haswell Brix. I kind of wanted to show you. Well, here's a full unit right here. This guy actually, we've launched this one already, so it's already on Newegg. You can find that. We do i7, i5, and i3. So depending on what sort of CPU power you want. But I want to show you quickly inside, because obviously we have 4 different screws here, like we showed earlier.
I'll hold that for you.
All you do is unscrew those screws, and then here's the sort of the guts of the Brix, if you will. So yeah, you've got the slots for the memory, you've got the wireless module slot, and you've got the slot for the MSATA drive as well.
Nice. Okay.
So it's pretty convenient, easily located for you to just add your own components.
Yeah, so that's the Mini-PCIe for the wireless to connect to, and then this would be where the MSATA would connect.
goes, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then your 2 SODIMMs would pop in here, and I'm guessing 16 probably being the maximum?
Yes.
Okay, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And actually, can I pull this out real quick?
Yep,
Because I actually want to show them how the CPU is actually being cooled by the chassis. So essentially, this has a little bit of thermal paste here that's allowing it to attach to what I would assume would just be the chassis itself. Oops,
correct.
Excuse me. And then that's just going to dissipate all the heat across the entire unit through the chassis.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and then these are obviously the antennas being attached to the wireless module after you get it installed.
So you have the dual band antennas.
Oh, that's right. So that would be the AC and the N, so 5 and 2.4 gigahertz. Excellent. Depending, obviously, on which NIC you use, you'd have more speed or less.
So different Brix devices will have different modules. I think for the Haswell, it's using a Realtek module. That's dual band. That has Bluetooth 4.0 as well.
Nice.
And then the Iris Pro, that one's using a different LAN. I'm not sure if they've decided which version yet, but that'll be AC wireless.
Perfect.
So,
excellent. Okay. So then, therefore, some of them might be just N, and others might be N and AC. So that's good. Excellent.
And obviously, if you want to use your own wireless module, you can do that. It's pretty easy to install yourself. So.
And they're relatively inexpensive as well.
Yeah.
So perfect. Okay. Well, let's look at the next one in the line of Brix Mini-PCs.
Okay, so
just gonna kind of shove this to the side.
So obviously those are for the really low profile. Those only have the MSATA drive. But this is the Brix S, and this one actually has spot for a 2.5-inch hard drive. Excellent. That's why the profile is a little bit higher.
Actually, we can show them that too, if you don't mind. So you guys can see it's just a slight difference in the thickness. Not going to be anything you're really going to care about on your desk, or especially if you attached it to the VESA mount on the back of any monitor. You should be very happy with that. Obviously, the additional hard drive space and hard drive storage space in general is going to be much better. So you could just throw in a mechanical 2.5 inch or an SSD. Obviously, recommending an SSD, right?
Yeah, SSDs are faster. So
please continue, though. What else were you going to mention about this particular? This is the S, is that right?
Yep, Brix S. S stands for storage. So yeah, the guts, everything internally is the same. It's just got the extra space for the hard drive.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, it's actually everything else is exactly the same. So nothing different on the I/O. What's next on your list?
So next, I want to show you one guy that we just previewed at IDF, but we're showing a final version here. This is our Brix Pro. This is our new Intel Iris Pro graphics device. So basically, it's a much higher performance graphics core from Intel. We're positioning this as more of maybe a gaming device or more for productivity. So we've got a little bit different styling, as you can see. This one's a yellow unit, but in the US, we'll first start selling a red unit. We also have black and yellow. Okay. But basically, this is, like I mentioned, Intel's new Iris Pro graphics. So it'll come with a Core i7, i5, or i3 as well.
Perfect. And I've actually had a little bit of experience at IDF playing with one of these, and they're actually really quick playing Grid 2. I mean, that was the only game I played while I was there, but it was definitely quick. I have to admit, it was something that was kind of surprising me.
No, so Intel's made a bunch of changes to their graphics cores. So every generation, they're boosting their performance, and this is actually, a big leap for them in terms of the graphics performance.
Definitely it is.
And this guy will start retailing probably in the next couple of weeks in the US.
Excellent. Yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously, this one's a little bit more substantial, too. It's much heavier than the others, which is still not really that much of an issue. It's just one of those things, you pick it up and you're like, wait, these are much lighter. This is much more substantial.
Yeah, so this one, obviously, the profile is higher because it has space for a hard drive bay. Obviously, if you're going to be gaming or doing any productivity, you want more storage. Mm-hmm. And also, the heatsink inside, it's got a much bigger heatsink. That's, if you
accommodate the heat that thing's putting out.
If you're doing gaming with the graphics core, obviously it's going to get a little bit warm, so we needed to do a little beefier heatsink for that.
Oh, that's awesome. Looking forward to it. All right, what else do we have?
So that's the Brix Pro, and last I want to show you is this guy here. This is called the Brix Projector. Obviously, projector. It's got, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? It's a PC with a projector.
Actually, that sounds really beneficial to anybody who I'm assuming anybody that's going on any business trips or anyone that's going to need to bring their laptop and a projector. I mean, this is a much smaller form factor. So you can just walk in the door and say, hey, this is all I needed to set it up. And then, actually we have right now a Logitech keyboard and mouse that we have currently connected to it. And we want to kind of show you guys what it looks like. We'll do that in just a moment. But this is the only thing we needed to connect into it, obviously, the Bluetooth dongle that's required to connect the two from Logitech. But aside from that, I noticed that the I/O is probably it actually is a little different, right?
Yeah.
Looks like, go ahead, Colin.
So obviously, because this is a projector, we still have the same inputs. So we still have USB 3, we've got Gigabit LAN, we've got mini DisplayPort and HDMI, but we also have HDMI in. So if you're going to a meeting and you want to show somebody else's notebook, you can just plug it in and it'll project whatever is in the HDMI in.
So that's a mini HDMI in, right?
Correct.
So basically you'd be able to attach maybe even your phone, if not a laptop or
you can
anything
do that
else.
as well, yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming then you wouldn't need to do that, but let's say you had something that was someone else's project that comes into the meeting and they just want to be able to throw theirs on. They don't need to transfer it via USB or anything else or email. They could just say, let me just plug this in.
Which is kind of interesting because last week we had a bunch of meetings. We were at a restaurant and somebody brought out their Brix Pro and just set it up on the table and let people connect their notebooks to it. And
nice.
It's a nice portable little device to show people content.
Yeah, we need to keep this away from my mom, though. She will find a way to show embarrassing pictures of me as a child in some public restaurant. Like, oh, this is my baby boy. So let's go ahead and turn this on and show people kind of what it looks like.
But also, I wanted to mention, this comes with its own stand as well. So this little guy that you see here, basically just unscrews from the bottom and screws back up.
Nice.
And then I think maybe we can, because it's ready to go.
That wasn't long at all, actually. That was something like 30 seconds, maybe?
Yeah, about 30 seconds.
And how many lumens is this projector?
So this version, this is 75 lumens. This is a DLP projector.
And you have a little focus ring here, I noticed, on the side. All right, so we've managed to hook up the Brix Projector to, well, actually, there's no hooking up, right? It's just strictly built in, and we're using the wall of our studio, which is gray and not optimal for something like a projector, but it looks like it's still working pretty well. What do you think, Colin?
Yeah, so I mean, that's the benefit of the Brix projector. You can take it wherever you want and project it on a flat surface, and you know, you're still going to be able to see pretty well what your content is.
Perfect. So we actually have a video to show you guys, and it's something that hasn't come out yet. It's got to do with our Black Friday commercial that's coming up. But without any further ado, please, Colin.
Nice. So you guys are going to give a little sneak peek, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
And no real action happening there. Oh, it's on loop too, sorry.
So you guys are running.
Yes, yes. And actually there's a little bit of distortion in the recording, in this particular recording, so ignore that. That's not the projector by any means. Also, something important to mention is that there's a speaker built into this.
Yep, so obviously if you need to project something, it's got a speaker built in, so you don't have to attach any audio device.
All right, Colin, looks like we've covered your entire Brix line. It looks like you guys are doing everything from just something simple and basic all the way up to something that would handle what somebody would want to do with gaming maybe, right?
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of the nice thing about the Brix. It's a small little portable PC, but obviously our company is developing a lot of new different sort of usage models that haven't been available in the market before. So I think you'll be seeing some more interesting Brix devices from us in the future. But yeah, right now, I hope you guys check out some of the ones that we showed you today.
Perfect, excellent. Well, thanks to you guys once again for watching another great interview with our friend here, Colin Brix from Gigabyte.
Always a pleasure.
And if you guys liked the video, don't forget to click the like button. If you haven't already done so, click subscribe to any of our various YouTube channels, and we'll see you guys soon.